Good morning and bright suns, Star Wars fans. I hope you are inside. I hope you are safe. And I hope you are, above all, I hope you are well. That's what I hope. I hope everyone's staying safe, not just for their sake, but for the sake of their loved ones and their loved ones, and a stranger you have never met who may be vulnerable to what is going on out there right now. So, look, we all do our part. We stay inside and we move on from this sooner rather than later. And look, the reality is it's going to be later, but we are here for you. We are here with you. We're going to spend as much time with you as we can, live chats and all of that. Tomorrow is Saturday, and that's when we're going to be doing our Star Wars Celebration Orlando coverage. So this is from 2017, so you're going to get us before the convention started, day 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to get our walkthroughs of all those days, what we enjoyed and whatnot. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a really good time doing that. You're going to relive it all. We did some short videos of us in line and longer videos, and it was just a whole experience. And like we've talked about many a time, not everybody has the opportunity to go to a celebration, and one of our goals here on the channel is to provide you with as much coverage as possible and get you the feel as close to being on that show floor without actually being there as we can. And that's the goal that we have, and we started off there, and then next Saturday we're going to do Star Wars Celebration Chicago as well, and then our own little celebration is going to happen after that. So it should be a lot of fun, and that's going to be like almost 3 hours, I think, close to 2.5 hours of that with a live chat going on. So I hope you guys just all enjoy that, relive the sunshine, the weather, back when we were able to hang out with people. Hang out with individuals. That time will come again. I'm hoping Anaheim happens. They did release a statement a few days ago saying that if it does happen to get postponed or canceled, if you have purchased a ticket, you have the opportunity to either get your money back, a full refund, or you can get a ticket for the postponement date, for the new date. So that is on there. So they are cognizant of what is going on. They are letting their fans know. I mean, you got to look for it. They're not coming right out and saying it, which I guess they shouldn't yet. It's still a ways off. So that's where we are on that. And hopefully it happens, but you also don't want to rush anything. Every day on Bright Suns in the morning, what we do is we talk to a fellow Star Wars fan about what they've been doing and how they're coping with self-isolation in a positive manner, because we want to stay positive. Look, we have never been in, nor will we ever be in, a situation quite like this ever again. I mean, this was sprung up on us. We weren't anticipating it, obviously. But the reality is, we're all in this together. There's no separation. It doesn't matter anything. We're all in the same boat right now. We're all trying to get through this together. We're trying to stay healthy and safe and all that. And it's important for us to share the stories of what we're doing. And so I've reached out to podcast friends of mine, and they've all been coming in. I say mine, but ours. Everyone knows them. They're all friends, and they've been generous enough to spend a couple minutes of their day to shoot a little video or record a little audio of what they've been doing to get by. And today we have Lauren from the Galactic Podcast. You should check them out wherever you get your podcast. The Galactic Podcast, clever name. So here's Lauren with what she's doing to cope with her days.
Hey, Rebel Scum family. It's Lauren from the Galactic Podcast. Hope you guys are doing okay out there in this kind of new and wacky world we're in right now. I know I am. Hope you guys are being safe. I have been recently rewatching Star Wars Rebels, which has been a lot of fun. So many great moments, as we all know. If you haven't watched it, obviously highly recommend the show. But then I've been also watching YouTube reactions, like people's first time watching Rebels. That's been a lot of fun. I highly recommend that if you haven't done that before. So just wanted to check in with everybody, make sure you guys are being safe out there. Hope everybody's doing okay. And may that force be with you, okay? Have a good one. Bye.
Thanks, Lauren. One thing we've been doing at lunch that's been a lot of fun is trivia. Today at lunchtime at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, that's when we have lunch here, we're going to do some more trivia. Before we get there, I want to give you guys a little warm-up things. We have this game. It's Star Wars Trivia, just right there. See, that's Star Wars Trivia. Very simple. I don't make up these questions. I could, but I'm not going to. These are way more. Some of them are very easy, some of them are very hard. But these are professional. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a warm-up question. Now you can answer in the chat. You can answer below, whatever it is. But at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we have stacks on stacks of these, and we're going to do them until we run out. And then if we run out, maybe we'll just go back and redo them all, because some of them are very, very difficult. So here we go. This is we'll do the second one here on the card. What clone trooper shot down Jedi Master Plo Koon when Order 66 was given? And it is multiple choice. So what clone trooper shot down Jedi Master Plo Koon when Order 66 was given? And your options are Captain Jack, Captain Jag, Captain Cordy, or Captain Zack. That's Captain Jack, Captain Jag, Captain Cordy, or Captain Zack. Let me know in the comments below and whatnot. And I will give you that answer after this next little segment. This one's a little bit longer. This is a lot of fun. So yesterday we showed our review of Birth of a Monster, and that one's one of my favorites. This one is a personal favorite of mine because I'm a huge Darth Maul fan. And this one's just Maul Apprentice. This is Maul. This is our review. I do it with Barry Brophy. We're going to review Maul right now because I loved it, and so did he. So let's talk about it. Here we are. We're going to get mauled on the high ground. Hi, everyone. I'm James Vasili, and joining me now is a very special guest. Do you want to introduce yourself, or should I introduce you? You should introduce.
That's a good question. I should probably introduce myself. I'm Barry Brophy, a fellow Patreon member, and I'm here with James Vasili from the Rebel Scum podcast. Very excited to talk about some fan films.
You're good at that intro thing. Maybe we should get you to do our intro from now on.
I had an idea.
We should also tell everybody to like and subscribe. You should like this video, yes, and then subscribe and hit the little bell button. That's what you want to do. You want to like it, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll never miss another video ever again. And if you don't like it, hit the like button. No matter what, just hit the. We never tell people to hit the like button, and we're trying to start that. We're trying to start a movement here at the Rebel Scum podcast. Anyway, this is an episode of High Ground. This is a new High Ground that we're doing. We're going to be reviewing fan films at the Rebel Scum podcast. Star Wars fan films, not like other fan films. We won't be doing that. Transformers fan film that's been making its way around. I made that up. I wish there was though.
Oh,
but yeah, it would be sweet. Actually, I want to do a He-Man meets Thundercats fan film. That is what I want. And I'm
awesome.
going to work on that. Yeah, I would watch that. We're going to be reviewing fan films. Barry and I will be doing that over the next forever because they will never stop being made. That's one thing that's great about Star Wars fan films is, we're going to talk a lot about them because I think they're fantastic. And this was actually your idea.
Yes. So I guess I'm going to throw my Disney pitch out here. So just in comparison to some of the films we've seen that have shown up online, I'm amazed at just the amount of, just with the technology nowadays, what we're able to achieve and pull off with little to no budget. And so I know for me, it gets me really excited because I remember, and if you remember back in the day in the early 2000s where, the prequels had just come out and there was a lot of hype. I actually remember a TV show where they would review the top fan films for the year and they would play them. And so this one excited one I remember is one of Obi-Wan and some training droid scene where he was fighting in the mountains, just some guy shooting it. It was pretty amateurish, but it was pretty awesome to see the amount of fans build up around that. And then as YouTube's catched on, just the progression of some of these amazingly written stories and awesome choreographs. And again, on next to nothing budgets, getting 10 million views. I mean, just do the math. So.
Yeah, it's incredible. And and say what you want about any aspect of it, but these are just people like you, me, and you guys watching and everything that just have a passion for Star Wars and have a story idea, and they're doing it because they just want to do it, and it's awesome to see, and it's fantastic. And so we're gonna do as many as we can over the rest of our lives, reviewing these fan films. But we're gonna start with one. I think this is one of the biggest ones I can remember. One that everybody was talking about when it first dropped, and that is Maul.
Yeah, it's incredible. Being a Darth Maul fan, I am incredibly biased towards this fan film. So for me, I missed Ray Park, in The Phantom Menace when, that ending fight scene. It was just amazing. Wanted to see more of it, and definitely this fan film has taken up that reins and built upon it. It's by a team out of Germany called T7 Pro, and
Hmm.
they've got an awesome behind the scenes reel if you want to check out how they shot the film within 10 days, just with some stunt doubles and some careful choreography, and some people, who've watched a couple of YouTube videos. Maybe they're doing a little bit of independent film or selling stock footage online. These guys were able to put their skills together and pull off something that we've kind of dreamed of. It was completely fan serviced. Let's see. So you want me to talk about the plot? You want to talk about the plot?
I just want to say that I'm also that we're both you and I are both huge Darth Maul fans. So when this thing dropped, whenever what year did it come out? 3 years
About
ago.
three-
Three
yeah.
years ago. I think this was right around. Was it? It's March 5th, 2016. And I just remember seeing it. I think Brock sent me a text like, "You've got to look at this," and I was like, "Oh, do I have to look at it?" And I did, and it blew my mind. So why don't you tell everybody what the plot is?
Yeah, absolutely. So the plot, I don't know if you're familiar with the old 2000-ish novel, Darth Maul Shadowhunter by James
Oh
Luceno,
yeah.
one of my favorites. So this story basically it kind of follows a progression of you have Darth Maul finishing off his training on the planet with Darth Sidious coaching him, and unfortunately a band of Jedi stumble upon his training planet. So the story focuses on these Jedi trying to defeat this new Sith Lord they've discovered, while also trying to survive and make it off the planet safely to warn the Republic. And not to offer any spoilers, you can imagine the chaos that ensues and what happens following that, leading up to the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I love that it's a prequel to the Phantom Menace, and I love the. Are we going to do spoilers for it? I don't even know. Should we? It's 3 years old. I think we might
Yeah.
be okay. Okay, I love the very end. So anyway, Maul, spoiler alert, wipes out all of it. Anyway, just watch the thing. It's freaking amazing. But Maul wipes all the Jedi out. Like, just knocks them all out, and it's a lot of fun. And the last one he kind of hesitates at, but he sees the camera droid kind of come in, like, and stare at him, and he slices her out. And then Sheevy P shows up as a hologram, and he's like, and he calls him Darth, and he anoints him Darth for the very first time. But what I love the most is that Sheevy P says that he was the one that had all of the Jedi come there, and that was like his final test. That it was a trick by Palpatine, by Darth Sidious, to bring the Jedi to that island for Maul's final test. I love that. I love that it stayed true not only to Maul, we got to see that, but for the Emperor, for the would-be Emperor, the soon-to-be Emperor, we got to see him manipulate the Jedi in another fashion.
Oh, and I must go back and watch for more details. I missed those portions. Shame on me for being a Maul fan.
All right, his makeup looks great too.
Yes. And that's another portion I love about it. I remember when I was 13, my mom painted my face exactly the same way for Halloween, and I've been trying to locate that photo. So the fact that, all that was hand painted. I mean, a lot of mall costumes I see all the time, or they just put on the mask and maybe some cheap prosthetics, but these guys went all out with detail. And you can see there's just such a passion.
Yeah, that's it. It bleeds through in this that you look at it and you say, they care about what they're doing here. And I thought the lightsaber fights were all fun. Thought they were good. I love the Jedi characters themselves were all neat. Some of them looked a little Mortal Kombat-y, but I love seeing like different styles of Jedi. Like they're all kind of different and they're brought there. And it just yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, what would be cool if we saw early, because the thing that's cool about Maul now, especially now, this 3 years later, is we've gotten him being his ending in Rebels. We've got him return in Solo, and we've got him in Clone Wars, and of course Phantom Menace. It's like there's this whole character that we're just scratching the surface of, and a lot of the surface has been scratched off, especially with Clone Wars. But what happens in those 10 years between Solo and Rebels? What happened there? And then what happens between the years between Clone Wars and Solo? And then what happened, because this obviously is not canon, it's a fan film, and that's what I love about this is how did he become a Darth? Like, who was he before? And it's kind of been explored in Son of Dathomir and whatnot, but visually in film and video on YouTube, not so much. So I love that, and it opens up Disney's eyes to say, hey, a Disney Plus series about Maul and Kira.
Oh yes,
I'm holding
sign
out.
up.
Yeah. You take my money. I don't know how much it's going to cost in Canadian. I'm sure way too much, but I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah, and I mean, forget what I think they're at 10 million views right now. Last time I checked Friday, so just do a little bit of math. $15 a ticket, $10 a subscription. You're at your billion profit, Disney. Let's jump on that.
Yeah, Darth Maul Apprentice, a Star Wars fan film, has 19 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
19 million views. It's incredible. People love the Maul is one of those characters that if you've seen Clone Wars and Rebels, you love him to death. If you've seen The Phantom Menace, you love him because he looks awesome. He's just a character that people gravitate to. And sorry, what's the T7 Pro Productions?
Yeah.
They took that and ran with it, and they made this experience. And it's not like a deep film or anything. Like, it's just a lot of fun, which is really, what for the average goer, that's what Maul is. I mean, like I said, with Clone Wars, there's a little bit more depth to him, but man, they really got a hold of Maul and this whole idea. And then, like I said, with what happens with Sidious at the end, is like, oh, let's see, make another one.
Yes. What are some of the things I picked up? Who was your favorite Jedi out of the group?
I don't remember any of their names. Is that bad?
No, but I'll get to my favorite. The translation I thought was very interesting, but fits his character quite well. So the guy they call in the comments section the Sub-Zero of the Jedi.
Yes, that's the one, the Mortal Kombat looking one. That's the one I love too. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's referred to as a Jedi Berserker, and I'm like, yeah, that fits his name for those of you who play MMOs.
Yeah, he was awesome. There's so many. I like and then the one at the end, the Not Rey, at the end.
Yeah,
big fan of Not Rey. That's what I like to call her.
I think what I enjoyed about it is I like watching how they parallel the Qui-Gon Obi-Wan a little bit with some of the characters. Yes. So you got the main guy who fought, the short-haired Qui-Gon, let's call him that. You could just see that just kind of paralleling and knowing that Phantom Menace is coming up and witnessing that. I mean, I think what I drew away most of it from is the utter hopelessness these people were engaging in. And just as you're watching it, it builds and builds and builds. The Jedi come out, a little bit arrogant, a little overconfident. Then as it progresses, they realize, no, this is as horrible as we could have imagined. We're not even prepared for this. And then, they wipe out. Incredible.
Yeah, it's so well made, so well done that that's why it has 19 million views. There's no way around it. It's an I would like if this was I guess a series, because it is, it's 20 minutes, 17, 20 minutes, whatever it is. It's perfect for that time frame. If it was any longer, maybe it would lag a little bit. You'd feel like it. So I don't want to say I'd watch a feature film about this specifically, but as a short as this is, the length of a TV show, or, half a comedy, I guess, not a drama, but this is something that if they did say we're going to make a follow up to it, I don't know how they would do that, but I would totally be invested in, and I would help kickstart that on Kickstarter.com. That's what I would do whatever I could, because I would be totally down to watch another one of these epic Darth Maul, because they got the character, his motion, the fighting, the choreography, all of that is in there, and it just shows, and I'm really happy that this is in our universe.
Yes, absolutely. To look at my notes. Yeah, I think what I like about Maul is just he doesn't have to say anything. It's the presence he carries, and so they really jumped on that in this film. You can see it in his facial expressions, and even near the end with that last Jedi Padawan, you could see a little bit of the hesitation, but the conflict of the rage he's dealing with, having been brainwashed into Jedi are evil. You need to annihilate them. When you get that chance, go for it. And again, paralleling the Shadowhunter novel. For me, I mean, that's what I wanted to see, and now you get to see that. And so, yeah, if they did some sort of follow-up, I would love to see it in a different area. Maybe get a little more personal into Maul's thinking, his ideas, his hatred. And I mean, there's tons of canon stuff out there you could pull and pick and then write something original. Definitely would love to see the Coruscant version of that.
Oh, that would be amazing. I wonder what, or
Like, did he just get dropped off on Naboo and wait for the doors to open before that, or did he take out some Naboo guards, like royal guards and stuff, before he got there? That's what happened. How did he get to Naboo? What's the story before Naboo? Just go back. You know what? I just want Naboo in the movie. So go back to Naboo. Naboo. We're going to talk about Naboo a bit in next week's episode, but I can't. I just if you have the ability to make a Darth Maul fan film and you're watching this right now, all I can say is just do it. Do it. But get the makeup right, because that's important. But definitely do it, because there's so much to that character to explore that hasn't been explored. And this one, like you said, you want more of him, because this isn't. While this ends up being about him being anointed Darth, this is really just about how powerful the Sith are and a fun action moment more than anything else. The depth is kind of left aside a little bit.
Yep, completely agree.
And nothing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because it's like I've been gushing because I love this. I love this film. All right. Anything else you want to say about Maul Apprentice?
Make a second one. Yeah, I definitely hats off to T7 Pro and their a bit just the cinematography aspect of it.
Yeah.
You had all these beautiful panning shots. You had the up close, and then they would give you this random shot far away in like the forest and and that desert, parched savanna type land, just to show the amount of isolation. And I know for me, just the thrill of what's gonna happen to these guys, who's next. They're surviving. You're in it with them, and the camera work, you can just see it, and how they do it. And definitely behind the scenes reel, if you guys want to watch more about it, you get the joy of seeing their film crew run around in between the 5-on-1 Jedi fight.
So good. Yeah, check it out. It is on YouTube. We'll put a link in the description below so you can watch it, because it is worth your time. T7 Pro, thank you. That's all I can say is thanks for making this for Maul fans like us happen. Thank you so much. This is the high ground, our fan film reviews. Do you want to give us a rating, or are we going to stay away from ratings because we're both gushing over it? And we both be like, let's just give it 11 out of 10 and call it a day.
Yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm, like I said, Maul biased, so anything with Maul and awesome fighting, wushu style with lightsabers, I'm going to enjoy it.
Yep, I'm on the same level as you. So let's call this one. Thanks for watching. Do you want anyone to... You're having a YouTube channel coming out soon. Do you want to promote that, or you want to wait a little while to mention that?
I'll probably wait a little while. We're still working on the final details, getting up a little more professional.
But it's going to be good.
It'll be good. If you like independent film and audio dramas, this will be the place to go.
And they're all starring me.
We did need some voiceover work.
It's coming. I'm going to do it all. Hey, this is my voiceover.
That was me and Barry reviewing Maul, one of my favorite fan films. There's so many out there. We're going to be doing more of them. They might become a staple on this morning show. We will see. Maybe we do it in the morning, and by lunch, after lunch, you guys are like, well, I want to watch what I just heard in the morning because I am in isolation. So the question we asked before that review was, what clone trooper shut down Jedi Master Plo Koon when Order 66 was given? Your options were Captain Jack, Captain Jag, Captain Cordy, or Captain Zack. And the answer was Captain Jag. J-A-G. Captain Jag right there. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for chatting along, for commenting, for spending your mornings with us here on the Rebel Scum podcast. My name is James. It's been so much fun. Stay in, stay healthy, stay safe. Thanks to Lauren from Galactic Podcast, and thank you to Barry Brophy for reviewing Maul with me. And until next time, may the force of others be with you.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.